What's up, Samurai? We are back as back again for some Luxion. Sorry this video is so late today. I have no excuse. Yesterday, or the day before that, I basically ended up having a patented Scyushi 20-hour sleep. I don't know how I can do it, but my God, I felt good afterwards. It's like coming out of hibernation. But last night was after that sleep, and so I stayed up for like 20 hours or something ridiculous just because I was so well rested. And then today I kind of just woke up late and started doing a bunch of other things. So anyways, Luxion video. I'll clue you guys in at the end of these videos with some updates and stuff like that, but let's see whether or not his inventory is worthwhile. That's actually a really solid inventory. You guys are definitely gonna want to log on. The Hungry Hydrakken in particular, this is an item that you would normally get as a login item back in the day, and it actually used to be really, really good just because it does 3% crit hit, 25% crit damage, and 55 magic find. The ally itself is actually really cool. Once upon a time, this was one of the better allies in the game, actually. And you're going to want to get it just if you're a mastery farmer, because Luxion never sells this guy. Like, this guy is extremely rare. Unfortunately, he's not tradable, so that kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. And then there's going to be the Festive Fae Sleigh. So this, as far as I know, should have been around with the Christmas event, but it might not have been, come to think of it, because they kind of cycle out certain items, so you definitely want to get your hands on this. Is it going to be worthwhile though? Probably not. Probably going to be, whoa, okay, don't buy this to sell it. 100 dragon coins for 800k is not worth it. I don't know why, because I actually kind of like this mount. I do wish that it had like animated reindeer in the front of it or something, but it is a gliding mount and it's got some nice VFX. So if you like Christmassy stuff, then you can spend your dragon coins and get that. I mean, at the very least, it is mastery, sorry, not mana find. Then there's going to be the Moontouched Menace. So this was from the Pinata event. I don't think that we had it this year, or last year, sorry. Or it might be coming around. I don't remember when the Pinata event is around, but honestly speaking, you could either wait for this to show up during the event, or you could just get it for the sake of it. It's not a good mount by any means. This is when the devs were super duper lazy and made the mounts only like a couple different colors. So it's not really anything special outside of if you really, really like the Pinatas. That's about it. And then the Chaos Hound. So funny enough, a lot of these items, like the Chaos Hound in particular, this is not an item that you typically see in Luxion's inventory, because this is technically always available in the Chaos chest. It's just really, really rare. And for whatever reason, nobody ever likes this mount. I don't know why. Every time I see it in the player market, regardless of it being in Luxion's inventory, nobody seems to like it. Maybe I just have some sort of weird affinity to it just because it's some of my favorite colors, you know, the purple and neon green and stuff. It is kind of an amalgamation and a mess of a mount, but I remember when this was the rarest mount in the game. That was a very, very long time ago. It's got so much VFX going for it. It has jump VFX, which was something that a lot of the older mounts ended up having that the newer mounts don't. The funny thing is, I do distinctly remember when I ended up getting this mount, I didn't use it very long. So I guess there's just something about it that is just not appealing, even if I don't know what that is. Because I personally think that this mount is like really cool, even if it's a very strange underwater demon fish dog. It's just, I don't get it. So far there is nothing that you want to buy out of here specifically to sell in the market. It's just for mastery farmers themselves. There is also the Snug Lovebug Rug. I'm honestly shocked that this is in Luxion's inventory, because it should just be in the event, like the Heckbug event, because it is a Valentine's mount, but I guess it's not. I guess it's just in Luxion's inventory. It is a rug. It's got VFX. It's got jump VFX, which again is very rare. It being a rug means it also glides. Excuse the bubble VFX of my costume. The mount is actually doing the heart VFX. Yeah. It's not super impressive. I'm never a fan of the rugs, but I mean, if you like, I don't know, like card captor, magical girl stuff, whatever. I don't know, like magic anime stuff, whatever. Then there's going to be the Luxion style stash. So this will end up giving you in the style section. You can see all these different categories, uncommon, rare, whatever, right? So these will end up giving you a random seasonal event pinata or Luxion equipment style that you don't already own. I'm pretty sure I own all of them, so I'm not going to buy these. And then he's also got 3 Mario and Luigi Mario, 3 Despoiled Divinities for 25 Dragon Coins a pop. This is an extremely time-gated resource that, as far as I recall, it's been a few, well, years since I actually like outwardly farmed this. You can only get it in the Delves now because all the Shadow Tower items have been hijacked by the Delves. And I think you can only get 3 of these per week. So take that as you will, because I think that the 25 Dragon Coins each, 75 Dragon Coins total, I think that that is a lot more difficult to get than 3 Despoiled Divinity. The Despoiled Divinity is simply time gated. It's not difficult to farm. Whereas the Dragon Coins are time gated and difficult to farm because you gotta log in during specific hours. Then there's going to end up being the Golden Hoard Dragon Soul. You can only buy 15 of these per visit. It's gonna cost you 400 Dragon Coins total, and it is going to end up giving you not only the Luxion Dragon, but a bunch of different badges, which will give you various rewards. You can pause the video and read them if you want. Otherwise, for the most part, you get this for the mastery. You get a lot of mastery out of it, decent stats, not great stats. I'll go through each of the different dragon forms you get. You get a really decent physical ally as well, by the way, just a heads up. But I'm gonna just kind of go through these really quick. So this is the cookie cutter dragon. I always call it cookie cutter just because it looks like it's made out of, I don't know, like a cookie cutter, just because it's so stupid. This one has bigger wings, but not the big horns. It does fly. And then there's gonna be the fully maxed out dragon, which will fly and shoot fireballs as well. Side note, just if you guys haven't caught my live streams, the Curio Merchant has started to already recycle some of his older items. He's selling multiple items at once, so I guess he's just slowly packing in items, but I mean, you guys know how I feel about this guy. He's basically a scam. Rather than giving us good packs that are worthwhile, instead they sell items at 3 times the value individually from this guy. Like 500 for a stupid ally? No. So anyways, I wanted to clue you guys in on some of the stuff that's been going on with me personally. Honestly, there's not really too much to tell. Obviously, you know, I ended up getting back from my trip. Those of you that have watched my video have been very kind in your words of saying, you know, that you enjoyed it and stuff like that. I keep forgetting I gotta actually spend these tokens. Yeah. But anyways, I appreciate all the fine comments that we ended up getting on the Cuba videos. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of creating regular content for you guys, because today, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to double check my calendar, but I think today we're all caught up. So I stockpiled a bunch of videos before I went on my trip so that you guys would continually have videos, and it would allow me to kind of take a bit of a break when I came back. And so now we're fully caught up, which means I have to actually start regularly recording. More so than that, I've actually got a lot of videos recorded. I gotta start editing. And I haven't been in the mood to edit lately, but hey, whatever. Last night I did end up doing a roughly 4-hour live stream of playing through a new VR game. I actually beat it in 4 hours, which is ridiculous how bad that game was. But I'll end up, you know, having a video review of it and so on and so forth. The only reason that I'm even bringing it up is because I can confirm that the way that I have been approaching my new exercises has definitely been working in terms of not only strength gain, but injury resistance. So just a quick summary, if I'm doing a shoulder press where, you know, you lift the weights up, essentially all I'm doing for my exercises now is focusing really slow on the eccentric with a nice stretch at the end. And then most of the exercises, not all of them, is exploding back up just for strength gain. The main thing is that slowness of going back into the eccentric and stretching the muscle is supposed to be a technique that ends up building up the muscles in such a way that it makes you resistant to injury. And it seems like it actually is working. The only reason that I know is because when I did my 4-hour live stream of playing VR, usually I end up having a really stiff neck the following day, but I feel fine. I mean, my neck, I can definitely feel sore, but I don't feel like, oh my God, I can barely move kind of thing. And I know that that is 100% owed to my new exercises. So I don't know. I just thought that that was kind of cool and wanted to mention it. But anyways, I am working on the Flux video. You guys keep asking about the Flux farming video. I'm hoping to stream a couple games today. I'm hoping that I can start streaming farming the bamboo dragon. I know I'm a little bit behind. A lot of you guys probably already have this dragon, but for those of you that don't know, this pack is a scam. However, there is a new dragon that you can end up getting for a limited time until March 31st. That takes around 12 to 15 hours total to grind. So I'm going to try and dedicate as much time as I can to that, possibly tonight at the Goblin Hours. We'll see. But otherwise, an interesting game came out today called The Last Epoch that a lot of people have been suggesting to me, more particularly Whereas in the Discord has been constantly telling me about it. And it's basically Diablo 4, but actually good. So I'm kind of waiting on my Steam refund to go through for a different game that kind of sucked, that I'll have another video talking about that soon. And then I want to buy that game and hopefully stream it today, just because, you know, I like those types of games. But anyways, sorry if this video was a little bit all over the place. Today's just one of those days where my brain is just like, I don't know why, but whatever. I hope that you enjoyed today's video regardless though, and would appreciate if you'd smash like. Sub for more, even though most of you watching are already subbed anyways. Have a wonderful day though.